Good morning, students. Good morning to all. On last day, we have started the chapter 10 Rural Economics, and also we have studied the meanings of rural economics and the features of rural economy. So, today, just we will go to the next concept. So, today, just we will study about the rural development. So, normally, we have studied in many areas the difference between the growth and development. The growth is the gradual things and it will has the sustainable one. But the development means they have to take more responsibilities and effort to bring the development. The rural development is defined as an overall improvement in the economies and the social well-being of villagers and the institutional and physical environments in which they live. So the government's always taking many of the effort to bring the development throughout the economy. But even though sometimes the rural areas are denied by the government, but sometimes the government must be in the sense of taking the responsibility to bring the development of rural areas. So because of that, the government has to bring the overall improvement in the economies and social well-being of the villagers and the institutional and the physical environment in which they live. So according to the World Bank, the rural development is a strategy designed to improve the economic and social life of a specific group of peoples. Some of the peoples or some group of the peoples only will be living in the particular area or the outside of the cities and towns without any of the improvements. But many of the raw materials and many of the human resources and many of the natural resources also being on that place only. So that government also has one of the responsibilities to providing all the development things for all the people. So why we have to need for the rural development? There is some of the needs are there for the rural development. First one is a major share of populations lives in rural areas. The major share of population lives in rural areas. If you are comparing to the peoples, those who lives in the cities and towns, they are very low when they are comparing to the rural peoples, and their development and contributions are very much supportive for the nation's building activities because many of the raw materials and many of the human resources and natural resources are also available in the rural side areas. So the government must be providing some of the infrastructure facilities or livestock facilities for the people only. They can able to bringing or extracting the resources from there. Next, the rural economy supports the urban sectors by the way of supplying the drinking water, milk, food and raw materials. So the milk and the good waters and some of the raw materials for the industrializations also is coming from the rural side peoples only. So hence the backwardness of the rural sector would be a major impediment to overall the progress of the economy. If there is no development and growth in the rural areas peoples, so it will be affect the urban and cities peoples also. So this is also leads to affecting the whole economy. Next, improvement in education, health and sanitation in village can help avoid many urban problems. The problems namely is baking, rag picking and roadside slumming. Because if there is no facilities on educations and the sanitations only, the peoples, some of the childrens and some of the adult peoples also migrating from the rural to urban areas, and if they are no don't know about any of the occupations, they will involve in these illegal activities like begging and the rag baking. Next, the development of agriculture and allied activities are necessary for providing gainful employment in rural areas and improving overall food production. So we know very well. So most of the peoples are involving in this industrial sector. Sorry, the agricultural sector, and mostly in this rural side only. Most of the peoples are depending and involved in this agricultural sectors. If they are not having some of the facilities to improving their lifestyle, they will never depending on the agriculture. They are also will come to the urban side for their life. So the government have to provide many facilities and take more effort to arrange the development program for the rural peoples. Next, the evils of brain drain and rural urban migrations can be reduced if rural areas are developed. So nowadays, most of the peoples are coming from the rural areas to urban areas due to unavailability of the employment opportunities and unavailability of the industrial sectors. But if the governments are making the more industrializations, and because of that, if there is arranged the more employment opportunity, so there is no need to get the migrations from the rural to urban areas. The people, all the peoples also have the possibilities to get the job in the rural areas itself. Next, in order to better utilize the unused and underutilized resources, there is a need to develop the rural economy. So as I told already, so many of the resources are available in the rural areas, but the peoples they are living in these rural areas doesn't knows about how to use that resources, and if they are providing the skillful training and providing the infrastructure facilities, we can use all the resources as a optimized way, and because of that, so our industrializations and our economy also will be increasing abundantly. Next, rural development should minimize the gap between rural and urban areas in terms of the provisions of infrastructure facilities. So, comparing to the urban areas, the rural areas also looking like a unsatisfied area because of non-availability of infrastructure facilities. So if you are providing the good infrastructure facilities like urban areas, the rural areas also can have the possibilities to absorbing the foreign direct investment and the possibilities to making the industrializations. So that only the former president Dr. Abdul Kalam made one of the organization, it is called PRO. Next, in order to improve the nation's status in the global arenas in terms of the economic indicators like a human development index and the women empowerment index and the general disparity index and physical quality life index. So these all the index are considered as a global arenas to improve the nation's status. So if the nations want to improving their status, so this all index have to be increased and maintained. So for this all needs, the rural development is necessary thing. So next, the problems of rural economy. So even though if our governments are taking more effort to improving the growth and development for the rural economy, the rural economy also has some of the problems. So because of that only, so it is unable to come to the actions. So rural areas are facing number of problems relating to people, agricultural infrastructure, economy, society and culture, leadership and administrations. First, if you are taking the people related problem, so what are the problems are there mean? The problems related to individuals and their standard of living consist of illiteracy, lack of technical know-how, low level of confidence, dependence on sentiments and beliefs, etc. So if they have the literacy facilities only, they can easily understanding the skills and the programs and some of the policies of the government. And if the government providing some of the new method or new material or the new technological or instrument to involve in this agricultural sector, the people doesn't know how to use. And low level of confidence, low level of confidence means, so the people always will be want to live with the comfort zone only. And they also has more superstitious belief that if they are applying any of the materials in this agricultural land, so this is also one of the sin. Next, agricultural related problems. The problems related to agricultural include the lack of expected awareness, knowledge, skill and attitude. So if the peoples are not having the expected awareness or knowledge and the skillful attitude, so there is no development even if the governments are taking the effort. Next, unavailability of inputs. So they will never get the types of inputs, the unavailability of inputs. Next, poor marketing facilities. So the people doesn't knows about make the marketing for their product. Next, infrastructure related problem. Sorry, the small size of the land holding. So in these rural areas, peoples, many of the farmers also has the small piece of the land. By the way of small piece of the land, they can never cultivate abundantly crops or food grains. Next, multidimensional task to extension personnel. So even if they has many tasks, these tasks are not complemented or not implemented by the way. Next, subdivisions and fragmentations of land holding. So all these peoples are as the small piece of land. Next, absence of infrastructure to work and stay in the rural areas. So if the peoples are having any of the possibilities, having any of the possibilities to staying in the workplace itself only, they can increase their productivity. But there is not like that. Next, reduce the public investment and absence of role of farmers in fixing the prices for their own product. So after cultivating any of the food grains only, the responsibilities had been over for the farmers. So even they cannot able to fixing the price for their own commodity. Next, infrastructure facilities are infrastructure related problems. So the poor infrastructure facilities like water, electricity, transport, educational institutions, communications, health, employment, storage facility, banking and insurance are found in rural areas. So the infrastructural facilities also one of the most important problems in these rural areas. So some of the infrastructure facilities are not available in these rural areas. So no entrepreneurs will ready to start the industries in these rural areas. And their roads also will not be able to bringing the new type of the technologies in the rural areas. Next, economic related problems. The economic problems related to rural areas are inability to adopt high cost technology. So the poor peoples in these rural areas are not able to purchasing the high cost technologies. Even if the high cost technology is available in the market, so they unable to purchase it. And the government also will not providing any of the subsidy to purchasing the high cost technology. Next, high cost inputs. So many seeds and many fertilizers, pesticides, and the irrigation facilities items are there. That also will never able to purchase. And under privileged rural industries, low income, indebtedness, and the existence of inequality in land holdings and assets. So mostly the peoples will always unable to borrowing any of the financial assistance from any of the bank, commercial banks and the agricultural bank. So they will always depending upon the local money lenders with the high rate of interest. So but if they not able to repay the money, they will automatically fall down in the poverty. Next, leadership related problem. The specific leadership related problems found in the rural areas are leadership among the hands of inactive and incompetent people. Self-understand of leaders, biased political will, less bargaining power and negotiation skills and dominance of political leaders. So there is no good leadership quality persons. And if there is a leadership quality persons, they will depending upon the political and they will dominating all other farmers. Next, administrative problems. The rural administrative problems consist of political interference, lack of motivations and interest, the low wages of villagers, improper utilization of budget and absence of monitoring and implementation of rural development programs. So if this administrative problems also is one of the problems in this rural economy. So how many types of the problems are there? Mean the 6 problems are there. The people related problems and agriculture related problems and the infrastructure related problems and the economic related problems and leadership related problems and the administrative problems. So even if the governments are taking all this effort because of these problems, some of the schemes are not fulfilled by the government. Next, rural poverty. So already we have studied about the poverty. The poverty means so some particular peoples in the societies are unable to fulfill their basic necessity of life. It is called poverty. The rural poverty means so the poverty situation is existing in this rural side, that is called rural poverty. The rural poverty refers to the existence of poverty in the rural areas. So poverty in India has been defined as the situation in which an individual fails to earn sufficient income to buy the basic necessity of their subsistence. So the poverty line is a hypothetical line based on the income or consumption levels that divides the populations as people below poverty line and above poverty line. If the peoples are able to purchasing the basic necessity of life, purchasing the goods for their basic necessity of life, that people is considered as a poverty, the people above the poverty line. And if they are unable to purchasing any of the goods for their basic necessity of life, these people are considered as a peoples living the below poverty line. Next, the causes for rural poverty. So what are the causes are there to arising the poverty in this rural side mean? First one is the distribution of land. The distribution of land is highly skewed in rural areas. Therefore, majority of rural people work as hired labor to support their families. So because of not owned land, so most of the people are going to the work on the others land for the salary only. Next, lack of non-farm employment. The non-farm employment opportunities do not match the increasing labor force. The excess supply of labor in rural areas reduces the wages and increases the incidence of poverty. The excess supply of labor always will be reduce the productivity of the labor power, and because of that the wages also will be spread all over the peoples. Because for example nowadays if 1 acre land has power to working the 10 peoples, there are 15 peoples maybe work, and the salary for the 10 peoples only have to distribute it on 15 peoples. So here we have to note one thing: the productivity of land also will be reduced and the poverty also will be reduced. Next, lack of public sector investment. The root cause for rural poverty in our country is lack of public sector investment and human resource development. But these two things also have very low. The public sector investment is very low mean there is no need to arranging the private sector investment also. Next, inflations. The steady increase in prices affects the purchasing power of the rural poor, leading to rural poverty. Because normally the rural peoples are having the small amount of income only. But in the same time, the prices of commodities is increased highly day by day. But in this situation is existing throughout the year or in course of time, the people will unable to purchasing any of the basic necessity of life. Because of that, the poverty always will be existing in these societies. Next, low productivity. So the low productivity of rural labor and farm activities is a cause as well as the effect of poverty. So because of the high populations, they will go to any of the work, or the producers always also may bringing the many people to produce any of the commodities. So in this case, the productivity of the labor and the land also will be reduced. So because of that low productivity, they will get low salary, and because of that, they can able to not able to purchase any of the commodity. Next, unequal benefit of growth. The major gains of economic development are enjoyed by the urban rich people, leading to concentration of wealth. Due to defective economic structure and policies, gains of growth are not reaching the poor, and the contribution of poor people are not accounted properly. So the benefit of the government or the benefit of the growth also will be as a unequal. So the poor will always become a poor and the rich will always become a richer. Next, low rate of economic growth. The rate of growth of India is always below the target and it has benefited the rich. Next, the more emphasis on large industries. The huge investment in large industries catering to the needs of middle and upper classes in urban areas are made in India. Such industries are capital intensive and do not generate the more employment opportunities. Therefore, the poor are not in a position to get employed and to come out from the poverty in villages. And the government also will not giving the more emphasis on the agricultural sectors. Instead of agricultural sector, it will giving the emphasis only on the industrial sectors, and in this industrial sector also, mostly the middleman and the middle class and the upper class peoples only will get the employment opportunity. Next, social evils. The social evils prevalent in the society like custom, beliefs, etc. This is also increase the unproductive expenditures. Okay student, so here the 9 problems are there to arising the rural poverty. In this case, if you have any doubt, please ask me. We can analyze in this interactive section class. Thank you.